Oh, well, hey, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into another episode of Married at First Sight. Child, let's talk about this. All right, y'all. First up, I want to go ahead and get Zack and Michaela out the way because Zack and Michaela seem to be at a really good place for the most part, right? She's very happy. She tells her sister that she loves him. You know, they go through their photo album and everything. They start to do like a scrapbook, you know, of their wedding. Super cute. So they're really starting to feel each other. For now, it's looking like it's promising, I guess. They're really happy with each other, even though things wasn't going so good last week. Seems like they're really trying this week, okay? They even go out, they do an activity together, they have a great time, they chit-chat. Now, when they get to this scrapbook, right, she wrote down things about Zack, okay, based on his name. She talks about what it means to her. He kind of did something a little different, and he wrote like a poem. But at the end of this poem, this is when he said that he was loving her all day and all night, and he'll continue to for the rest of his life. Thought that was very interesting because remember last week she said that she loves Zack. Zack says that he's not at that place, but he thinks he can get there. Now here we are this week of him saying that he's loving her all day and all night and for the rest of his life. So is this Zack admitting that he does love Michaela? Because I'm looking at it like, okay, I mean, maybe. Or did you just say this to go along with your poem? Which one is it? I think that he might love Michaela or at this point care about her because they're getting to know each other. They've been around each other for such a long time. But I don't know if Zack fully loves Michaela in the way that she loves him. Right? Because Zack has a hard time getting over things. And I feel like because of that, it's restricting him from falling deeper in love with her like he could possibly fall deeper in love with her. But those are just my thoughts. Y'all leave y'all's down below, honey. Let's go ahead and move on to another couple, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about Brett and Ryan, okay? I'm still not giving a whole lot with their situation, but we see, in my opinion, I feel like they're growing more and more apart. Even though we see that she's trying, right? She's trying to be more active. They hung out with Jose and Rachel. They go to some type of little fun, like an adventure activity, whatever it was, right? Some type of obstacle course thing. And they had a great time. And we saw where Brett was really trying. Brett was really trying here, but girl, we gonna see, right? Ryan goes to see his sister. He lets her know how he's feeling about Miss Girl Brett. And what we learned is that Miss Girl can be a bit junky. Okay, she don't have things in order. Now I was expecting this out of Rachel possibly, but we're seeing it more so over here with Miss Brett. Okay, with her stuff being all over the damn place in her closet, her bathroom area, and ain't no telling how the room is and stuff, right? So I'm like, he didn't notice that when he went to her house. I thought maybe because she cleaned her house up, right? Because they knew it was going to be house day or whatever. But I guess he's not really feeling that. He doesn't like her cleanliness. The sister's like, have you had this conversation with her? He's like, oh, yeah, not really. You know, I want to, but I haven't really talked to her about it. So when they have the sit down and it's time for him to tell her about it, he doesn't. He beats around the bush. He's not direct at all. And he mentioned something like it may be about how he was raised, but I wasn't sure if he was speaking on how he was raised as far as cleanliness or how he was raised based on how he presents himself and his issues to people. I didn't really catch that part, but he's definitely struggling. But I think it's because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. But it seems like he doesn't know that she's tougher than what he thinks. And he just be very clear with her. Right? It's better to just go on her feelings and get it out the way so that she can either fix it for you or fix it for herself to get the hell on. Okay. So just be open about that. And he didn't do that. Okay. He tells her that he needs his rest. And I said, what the fuck? Like, I didn't like how he said that. He just like, I need my rest. You know, if I don't get my rest, it's going to be like a big deal. It's going to be a big problem, you know? And she was like, okay, well, you can get that room and I'll get that room. Right? That wasn't a great solution. You would have thought he would have said, well, no, I want us to still sleep together. I want us to still be in the same room. You know, I want to be able to make sure that you get your sleep. Like, just poor communication. Poor communication. They needed to have a sit down with Pastor Cal and whoever else just as much as Johnny and Bao did. Right? It's just not working. And you want to talk about incompatibility? I feel like it's starting to be them. Okay, Johnny, but we're going to move on. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Gil and Myrla. Gil and Myrla, his lease is about to be up, right? Lease is about to be up. He's not going to renew. Both of them are going to move into their own spot together. And you know, Miss Girl, like everything new, She likes new things. She likes luxury and all of that. So he's going to go and, seek out a new spot for them. And she's actually on the phone with her friend, telling her friend that she trusts him during this process because he knows what it is that she likes. And I like the fact that she is falling back and trusting him more and allowing him to lead and do that. So I think that's great. I feel like it says a lot about where they're getting within their relationship. We also learn and see that Miss Myrla is taking a liking to the dog Hype. She's starting to walk the dog just as we expected, honey. She over there feeding the dog and everything. She cleaning up his messes and all of that. So she's kind of taking a liking to the dog, so much so that she actually wants her own dog. So I'm sure he's going to make sure they get a big enough space to occupy all four of them together. Okay. What else did we learn is that they just kissed recently, right? So when he sits down with his friend wants to know, have y'all consummated the marriage? I'm like, baby, they just started kissing. We know that ain't going down. It took some time for them to get to kissing, and now it's going to take some time for them to consummate the marriage. And I feel like that's not going to take place until this show is over. Those are my thoughts about that. But either way, I'm liking Gil and Mira. I'm loving the direction of where their relationship is going and how they're all out here being, open with each other and, willing to trust each other and willing to love each other, in the words of Miss Myrla, honey. But let's go ahead and move on to Jose and Rachel. Jose and Rachel, okay, they seem to be doing well as well. Child, since he locked her out the apartment and then turned around and gave her a lackluster apology. Girl, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so she's concerned about how marriage life is going to be once they're done filming. She feels like it's going to be like a brand new situation all over again. And I say, ding, 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 you're right, girl. Once these cameras go away, it's really going to get real to the real peel. Okay, in my thought, she feels like they're going to be starting over. I say, and you are. Because this ain't gonna be just y'all space occupying in somebody else's rented space, right? Y'all are just existing in somebody else paying for it. Now, when it comes down to Jose paying for it and you moving in, girl, things are gonna change because you're moving into his space, right? It's no longer a shared space. It's gonna be it should be a shared space if she were to move in with him. But I feel like he's gonna be more trying to be controlling of the situation. And I also don't think it's that great because I could see him, as petty as he is with arguments, he'll turn around and throw it in her face and let her know, this is my house. I pay for this, I pay for that. I could just see the arguments between them getting very nasty, especially when there are no cameras around and there is nobody to be there in that moment to calm Jose down, right? Like they had a producer come out and have a talk with him or whatever. It's not, I think it's going to be much worse once they're in their own space. We can only hope for the best, but we're going to see how this going to go, okay? What else do we have? He's concerned about how things are gonna be for her because she's a teacher, I believe. So she gets summers off. He's like, I ain't never date nobody with no summers off. And I say, and you haven't, so now you do. Now you got somebody with their summers off. So what you gonna do? Now it makes sense as to why she likes to travel. She got to sit in class all day with these kids that ain't even hers. Teach them, educate them, make sure they falling in line. Don't do that, little Johnny. No, pick that up, Sarah. No, come here, Zack. Where are you going, Ashley? Like she got to do all of this all over the place, honey. So when she gets her break over the summer, you right, she wants to travel. And I think that you who work hard enough, as much as you work for NASA, you should also give yourself that same space to want to travel and explore and take a break a little bit and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, but those are just my thoughts about that, girl. Either way, good luck. Let's go ahead and get on, honey. Let's go ahead and scoot on down here to Johnny and Bao, because Johnny, for me, cut the motherfucking food this episode. Johnny, I'm tired of you right now from this episode. You know, I was definitely going up for you and going against Miss Bao, you know, at times, because I do feel like Bao be with the SHI and the T, but you, baby, you dear, you be with the bull SHI to the T. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Johnny doesn't think that Bao is putting in 100% in the relationship, and if she is thinking she put in 100%, then he's saying he put in 150%. I said, girl, go somewhere go away. Johnny says he wants to be invited more. I can understand that, right? Because Bao was trying to make it seem like no, I do things with you, because he said I want to be invited in more. I want you to wake me up and be like, yo, let's go for a bike ride together. Let's go do this together. Let's go do that. He wants to be included in her life. He wants to feel like he's included in her life. So I understood where he was coming from with that, because Bao was trying to make it seem like, no, we do this, we do that. You know, when you ask it, and he said, that's what I'm saying. When I ask you, you go along with it, but I don't want to have to always come to you. I want you to be open arms, and you suggest and you initiate at times, right? So they talked about that. Bao calls Johnny out for not giving her credit and being a complainer, basically, right? And Johnny goes into the room because he's feeling away and decides to throw a tantrum. And I said, I can imagine what it's going to be like when you have kids and you decide to get frustrated. Okay. He goes into the room, he screams, he comes out like he was forced to come out and have a conversation with her, really not trying to deal with her. I was like, Johnny, I don't understand this. So Johnny tells Bao that he doesn't think that they're compatible. And I said, that's fucked up. Okay, that's messed up. You be bringing this SHI and the T on yourself, and then you got to turn around, got the audacity to turn around and tell this lady that y'all not compatible when you ain't even trying for real. You ain't even trying for real. I ain't like that at all. And she's still standing up there like, I don't know what to do. I just know I want to be with Johnny. And girl, girl, I wish she would have cussed him out, but I understand. I don't think that is fair for Johnny to sit up there and tell her what she's not doing right. And then when she tells him a little bit of things about what he's not doing right, he wants to throw a tantrum, leave, and not stay his at the house. Now, Bao was feeling away because she's like, I got to meet his family. And I don't know. I got to go and fake it. Well, he hit her up and told her, don't even come to meet the family. I said, I knew that was on the way. Knew that was on the way. Knew he was going to tell you, girl, don't even show up. Okay. And what we learned is that he didn't even stay the night at the house that night. And I said, okay, the first time you got into it, I understood because everything was really new. You can stay at the house. You wanted to break. Okay. She didn't want to wash her ass. I understand all that. But now you are running away from the issue instead of sitting in it and figuring out, you know, how things can better work between the both of y'all. And it's not going to work if you're sitting up there and just telling her what she does wrong all the time, but she can't never tell you what you need to do right in order for her to be happy, but only you can do that. I don't like that. I think that's whack. To me, Johnny, you really need to get it together. Pastor Cal comes and sit down, have a talk with them, finally tells Johnny, baby, you full of SHI and a T. And then asked Johnny, he said, I feel like this is the actions of somebody that probably got somebody else or trying to make excuses as to why their relationship isn't working out because they don't want to be here. Like he's coming up with whatever, okay? And so he says that Johnny says he feel like Miss Girl Bao ain't being genuine and that she's a liar or whatever. And then Pastor Cal asked, like, is it somebody else? Johnny takes forever to answer, but he finally says, no, there's not anyone else, okay? There's nobody else. It's just that I have this idea of what my marriage mate should have been, and I keep holding her to that standard, right? So he's going to have to work on that, and he's going to have to figure out the best way to shed that. Because that's not where it's at. And for him to be so selfish to think that he had his idea as if she never had her idea of what her marriage mate was going to be like he's so damn perfect, I feel like that's messed up. Okay, but you all leave your thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the latest episode of Married at First Sight. Okay, that's really all that I got. The episode was cute for what it was. If you want to see more, okay, myself as well as the other ladies discussing Married at First Sight, please tune in tonight on my channel for the Ooh Ladies First panel. We'll be discussing this among some of your other favorite reality shows. And that's all I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.